Washington State Republican Party Chairman Jim Walsh here in Vancouver, right on the Columbia River, with the big bridge behind us, the multi-billion-dollar bridge behind us. I'm here with Ben Edel from Oregon, and we're going to talk to you a little bit today about the initiative projects both in Washington and across the river in Oregon to try to restore election integrity in our respective states. And it's part of a larger kind of strategy. Most of the West Coast states are running initiatives, or in some states they call them referenda, this year, this summer, and this fall to try to fix the election processes in Washington and Oregon, and California and Colorado and Nevada, some other Western states. But we're here today to talk about the Washington and Oregon projects, and specifically how you can help us, support us, and yes, contribute to the projects to help get enough signatures and do all the legal and administrative things we need to do to get these initiatives qualified to get on the ballots in Washington and in Oregon. Now, each of our initiatives is a little different. The rules in Washington are a little stricter. So the Washington initiative focuses primarily on voter ID, on proof of citizenship when people register to vote in Washington. The Oregon rules allow Ben's project to be a little broader. They're doing a little more. Ben, why don't you talk about what your project's doing and how people can help get it up and running?
Yeah, so NVBM is running an initiative.
NVBM, endvotemail.com.
Yep, endvotemail.com. NVBM is running an initiative petition. I'm one of the chief sponsors, and to eliminate and eradicate vote by mail completely and go back to in-person voting with valid ID, proof of citizenship, hand-counted ballots at the precinct level, and we're going to eradicate the machines. We're going full blast at this in Oregon. We're flying the plane into the battleship, but we'd like to see the rest of the states on the West Coast, and we're absolutely grateful to be working with you and working with the WAGOP to just join forces across and create a bigger coalition so that we can attack this and put more pressure on our government officials to prove that our elections are legit. And we know they can't because they won't because they can't, but we're really fighting for that. So it's going to cost a lot of money to get this petition up onto the ballots in Oregon. A lot of money, but right now we're really focused on going to all the county fairs, making sure that we can get to that number that we need in time so that we can put this on the ballot. Because if it gets on the ballot, the biggest victory for us, I think, the biggest victory is to make it a kitchen table topic. So people are discussing election integrity and not just, breathing in all the stuff you hear on the news and all this nonsense, but really getting into the bolts and nuts of the entire system, because the system is broken.
Yeah, and it needs to be fixed. I'm a little envious that in Oregon they can do more in a ballot proposition or initiative. And again, Ben's that project, the website is endvbm.com, and that's for endvotemail.com. Here on the Washington side of the Columbia, you can just go to wagop.org, the state party's website. You can click through and see where you can help our project. Again, more narrowly focused just on the voter ID proof of citizenship piece. I mean, our long-term goal is to get where your project is going. We want to get back to in-person voting. We want to get back to same-day vote counting.
Yep.
But in our state, because of that single subject rule, we're a little more handcuffed. We have to focus on just the first step, and that's what our project is. We just got our number on the initiative here on the Washington side of the river today. They've redone the numbers on initiatives, so they're a little more complicated than they used to be. The Washington initiative to require voter ID, proof of citizenship when you register to vote, is IL26-126. IL26-126. There'll be more information about that, the content, the text of the proposal, and the rest on the wagop.org website. And we'll put all that information below here in the comments and the caption. You'll see the links. You can click through if you're in Oregon or if you're in Washington. We need your financial support to do this, and any amount helps. $10, $100, $1,000 if you're doing well. Any amount helps. because we do need to cover costs to get these things qualified. Some of that is the legal and administrative costs of just doing, filing, processing, verifying the initiatives. But then there's also the way you get the signatures, gather the signatures. We do heavily reliant on volunteers, and thank God for them. They're great help. But we do use some paid signature gathering, and you kind of need a mixed portfolio there when you're gathering the signatures, and that costs money.
It costs a lot of money.
That's right. So we need to raise money to support these good initiatives that are going to reform, make more transparent, and make more trustworthy our election systems in Washington and Oregon and all around the West Coast. Ben, a few final thoughts.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's not on the people to prove that our elections are legit. It's on the government to prove that our elections are legit, and they're doing a terrible, abysmal job doing it. And so, getting these initiatives in Washington and Oregon, actually, it's Washington and Oregon on the ballots is going to make them prove it, and we need that proof instead of having it shrouded in the bureaucratic fog and in the rules and everything else, so we can't see inside the black box. We need to see inside the black box. We need to ask them what's inside it. Getting these petitions on the ballot is what's going to open up the black box for us, and we can't do it without money. We just can't. It takes money. Freedom isn't free. It never has been. It never will be. It's not free. We're out here working really hard. We're working really hard to do it, but we need everything you need in Washington. We need it in Oregon. But if you don't have the money, that's okay. We $10, $50, $100, $1,000. You're doing well, like you said. Also volunteer, and if you go to nbbm.com, you can actually volunteer if you're in the state of Washington, or if you're in the state of California, or if you're in Colorado, or anywhere where there's an initiative petition related to ending vote by mail or bringing election integrity back to the West Coast states. You can volunteer there, and we'll ship your information over to them and get you connected with the people on the ground. And that's really key. But money right now, that's what we need.
That's right. That's right. Your financial support, if you can give it, and Ben's right, your volunteer support. If you don't have money, volunteer. Help us get those petitions out in people's hands. Get them signing. It's a combination. It's like I said, it's a multi-prong attack. We use all kinds of activity, activists, money, resources to get the signatures to get these things qualified. That's what we're here about today, and that's what we're going to be talking with you about going forward. So endvbm.com for Oregon, WaGOP.org for Washington. And as we go along and are talking with the people in California and Colorado and Nevada, other states, we may add them to the mix too. But for now, Washington, Oregon, let's get it done.
We're in it together. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks so much, guys.